Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana and I want you to join me in my laptop lifestyle journey. Today I want to share with you how I managed to get almost 500 views in a week's worth of time of uploading my first YouTube video. Now, when I first started this channel, I really wanted it to be all about transparency and about taking you along with me on my journey to starting an online business, to starting a YouTube channel, and just becoming more active on Instagram in general. That's why I have the phrase laptop lifestyle journey. I also want you to know that you don't need to have a huge social media following in order to start your channel. This is going to be a complete beginner's guide. Now, I did a ton of research before starting my channel, just because I really wanted to optimize my first video to get the best results possible. But don't fret, because I've managed to compile all that information into this one video to highlight the areas that I think you should focus on in order to really grow your channel. If you like what you hear, please do consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I really do appreciate it. So let's get right into the video. So I've managed to divide this video into two parts. The first part is going to cover the 4 things I think you should do before you film, and the second part is going to cover the things that you should do after you film. So the first thing you want to do before you start filming is to come up with a channel name. This channel name should be one that is consistent on all your platforms. In other words, whatever your channel name is on YouTube should match your username on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, whatever it is. It's going to make it easier for people to remember your name, to remember your brand, because they're seeing it over and over again. And once they find you on YouTube, it's easy for them to go on Instagram and search up the same name and find you again. If you're not already on these platforms, then consider just making an account just to save that username. You don't even need to be active on there. So if you don't have a Twitter, make a Twitter, save your username, so that way when you do decide to become active on that platform, you'll already have your username saved and you won't have to worry about making some variation of it or reaching out to the person that already has your handle and trying to switch with them. I don't know, that sounds complicated, so I'd rather just save my username now and it'll be ready for whenever I want to use it. So the second thing you want to do that you're probably so sick and tired of hearing is to niche down or choose a theme for your channel. Now, I'm also going to offer another perspective, but choosing that niche or theme is so important in the beginning just because it's going to tell your subscribers exactly the type of content you're producing. So this way, when they subscribe to you, they're going to be more loyal and engaged with your content because it's staying on topic and it's on a subject that they want to learn more about. By niching down, you're able to become an expert in one topic, or 2 topics, however many pillars you have. You're going to be able to provide your audience with much more valuable content. You're not just hitting the surface levels with many things, which is what happens when you spread yourself too thin and you're trying to cover many different topics. So by niching down, you're able to focus on just 1 or 2 topics, really dive deep into it, and share that information with your audience. This is what's going to attract subscribers. So for instance, for me, my niche or my theme is mindset and business. You'll see that all my videos are related to this in some manner. Now, because this is still a pretty broad category, it allows me to experiment a little bit with my videos so I can see which videos work the best on my channel and which do not. But at the same time, it's niched down enough to where it's not random and people can expect consistent content. So the alternative perspective that I mentioned earlier is if you don't necessarily want to niche down, ask yourself, what type of audience are you trying to attract? What is that persona? Who is that person that you want to see your videos? You figure out an age range, figure out what their interests are, what are they trying to learn? So this is going to help you create videos that are consistent with attracting that audience. And I think that's a really good way to approach it without necessarily choosing a niche. So the third thing you want to do before you film is to make a really nice channel banner or channel art, whatever you want to call it, because you don't want to cheap out on this. This is going to be the first impression that your viewers are going to have of you. Because when they see a video of yours that they like, odds are they're going to click on your channel name and head to your channel. Now, when they come here, the first thing that they're going to see is that channel banner. And there are a couple of important things you want to include on there to make that good first impression. But first and foremost, you want it to overall look pretty professional, because the better quality that this channel banner is, the more likely they're going to associate that quality with the type of content you produce. In other words, if you have a very professional looking banner, one that looks very well made, odds are that viewer is going to think that you are well versed in your topic and the videos you produce are going to be of the same quality. Now, this is great and they're going to be more likely to subscribe to your channel. Now, I understand that we're not all graphic designers here and this can be super difficult. I mean, I went through so many iterations before I found the channel banner that I liked, and odds are I'm probably going to change it in the future. I'll even include like little pictures of the different versions I had. But if you can't make one yourself, or if you don't trust your own skills, consider hiring someone to do it for you. If you go on Fiverr.com, you can probably find a graphic designer who will design one for you for a pretty affordable amount. And you're just going to tell them like what kind of things you want on there, what vibe or aesthetic you're going for, and they're going to help you create something that you really do like and that you can proudly present on your channel. So what kind of things do you want to include on that banner? Well, the first thing you want to include is your channel name. This is going to be important because, as I said before, you're trying to create that personal brand or that company brand. You want that name to keep appearing everywhere. You want people to know this is my channel. So just make sure you have your channel name up there, and that's very easy to read, and it matches your handles on your other social media platforms. The second thing you want to have is include your pillars. Include what niche you're in. If you go on my channel right now, you'll see that in my banner, I have right under my channel name, I have my 2 pillars, which are mindset and business. This again is going to tell my subscribers exactly the type of content that they can expect from me, and there's going to be no confusion as to what they're subscribing to. So the third thing you want to include on your banner that's super important is some kind of an uploading schedule. You want your subscribers to know when they can expect new videos from you. And this is going to be very important in the beginning because people are going to come to your channel and not see too many videos, and they're going to ask themselves why, and they're probably not going to subscribe because they don't really know how often they can expect things from you. But if you have on your banner like, hey, I post videos every Tuesday and Thursday, well then they know, okay, they're just starting, I should give them a chance, I'll subscribe. Now, obviously, the more that you can upload while not sacrificing quality, the better, because you are increasing your chances of being discovered by people who are on the platform, as opposed to only posting once a week or once a month, something like that. At the minimum, I would post once a month. If you can do more, at the minimum, I would post once a week. But if you can do more, by all means, do it. So usually, I like to upload every Thursday at around 3 p.m. That's how I like to keep things consistent, and usually that's when my subscribers can expect to see my videos. However, because I'm just starting out, I don't want to commit to that. So if you were to look at my channel banner right now, it also says that I upload videos weekly. Because if anything, even if it's not a Thursday, I know that at some point that week, I will be uploading a video. So I want my audience to know that I'm going to be reliable and I'm going to be consistent in giving out content. So the last thing that's super important for you to do before you film is to outline your video. You're going to see how helpful this is. Now, I don't want you to script it out and write out every single word, because odds are you're probably just going to be reading straight from it, and it's going to be super noticeable, and it's just not going to come off as super genuine. It's going to be harder to attract viewers that way. Now, if that's how you have to start, by all means do that, whatever it takes to get you on the platform. But eventually try to work your way up to just having an outline. Now, an outline is basically a bulleted list of all the main points you want to cover in your video. It's really going to help with time management and efficiency. It's also going to make sure that you're including all the points you want to get across in your video without including all of that extra fluff that no one cares about. And your viewers are really going to appreciate the fact that you're maximizing their time and taking that into account. You're going to come off as much more professional on screen, and people are going to like the content you provide them with much more than if you were trying to make it up off the top of your head. Hello, future Tatiana here. I just wanted to say that I did end up splitting this video into 2 parts. So the second part's going to go more into depth on the things that you should do after you filmed, but before you make your video public. Feel free to let me know in the comments below which of these tips surprised you the most. If you like what you heard, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss when part 2 of this video comes out. Alright, well, thank you so much for tuning in, and I really hope that I was able to inspire you to start your channel and to show you that anyone can get started on this platform. Alright, well, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!